You've got to be careful about this aspect in the world of day trading and in specific chat rooms and communities that you maybe are thinking of hanging out in or that you're pursuing, because when you don't consider this aspect and you're not careful of it, it's going to keep you stuck in sort of a bizarre dimension and it's not going to have you in reality. Now, I don't know about you, but from my experience and the experience of many others, we trade the markets, but in our real life, not really anybody does it, and it just becomes a weird dynamic of friends and almost basically not having any.
You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you.
And this is where it becomes important because you do want to build some sort of community. You don't want to be the lone wolf that just goes out there and is by yourself all the time. It's good to be surrounded by other people that you can talk trading with, bounce ideas off of, get good constructive criticism, get good feedback from. All those things are very important, and those things are not going to happen if you're isolated. But with all that being said, you've got to be very careful of the environment that you're setting yourself a part of, that you're joining into and starting to collaborate, network with people within that environment. Because if you're not in the correct environment, well then again, that goes back to being in some sort of bizarre dimension, and that's just not where you want to be. And what I would challenge you to do is make sure that whatever community you're in, that you have this going on. And here we have a screenshot from my community, and right here is what I want you to pay attention to. No confirmation on the 1 minute. I got what I deserved. And what did they deserve? Well, they had a very, very rough and quite frankly, embarrassing trade. So to walk you through things, this person bought right there, and then they stopped out right there. And then you notice what happened after they stopped out. So essentially sold the bottom, a huge move, which was the direction that they wanted. But again, they got stopped out.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Now, what does this have to do with anything? Well, are you in a community, or are you pursuing a community where people show losses? Not only losses, but just flat out mistakes. And not only losses and mistakes, but ones that, are just total embarrassments. Now, I don't say that to be mean because we've all been there, but I have nothing but respect for somebody that's going to post one of these situations where you get in, you get stopped out at the very bottom, and then you get a huge move in your favor. That is miserable to be part of, but yet to post it publicly, that is nothing but that's nothing but having courage, and that's nothing but just having transparency in the name of wanting to help other members out, wanting people to learn from your experience, wanting to show that, hey, you know what? I made a big mistake here. Here's what happens when you don't wait for confirmation. Here's what happens when you get a little bit ahead of yourself. I mean, those are the truly valuable learning lessons. Whereas if you're in a community that is just posting winners and it feels like, does anybody even lose around here? And you start to get the vibe, you start to get the feeling like, am I the only person losing? Am I the only person that's ever taken a loss? That's a very, very detached from reality situation. That's not an environment you want to be part of. Because if you are, you're going to start to second guess yourself. You're going to become very negative towards yourself. Whereas when people see this sort of thing, again, an embarrassing loss, like, oh, the worst case scenario. But that reassures everybody that, okay, I'm not alone because we've all done that. So I say embarrassing, I say that because we've all done it. Like if you're honest, you know that you've done something like this. And if you haven't, it's only a matter of time, assuming, of course, you're being a disciplined trader, honoring stop losses and all of that. But when you know other people are doing it, that is keeping you, attached with reality. So it doesn't take a whole lot, at the end of the day, it's very easy to just sit around and say, hey, I want to be in the environment where everybody's winning.
Cowards do that, and that ain't you.
But that's just not going to be productive. That doesn't take any sort of, courage on your end because, it's easy to do that. It's easy to be surrounded where everybody's making money. And yeah, there is motivation that comes with it. There's inspiration that comes with it. So I'm not saying there's zero value there, but I'm saying you need the realistic picture. You need a straightforward vision of what trading is actually like. So yes, wins are fantastic, but losses also happen, and you need to be aware of that. And not only basic losses, but sometimes where you get to this level of just the nitty gritty, nasty, embarrassing losses. And that's what a community needs to be offering to you. So I would love to have you join my community, but I'm not even going to give you a link to it. I suppose if you really want to know the link, just let me know in the comment section, because I don't want this to come across as this is one big massive sales pitch for yourself. It's really not. If you feel more confident with another community, and if you feel as though that community is giving a realistic viewpoint of things, then fantastic. Go with them. I want you to do what you feel is comfortable. But what I can say, because I can speak from experience, because, well, I'm part of the community, it's my community is going to offer a very realistic point of view. So if you just want to see rainbows and butterflies, definitely don't join my community. But if you want to see the blood, sweat, and tears, the embarrassment, the headaches, the frustrations, the realistic side of trading, then definitely consider joining my community. But at the end of the day, find something that offers a realistic view of trading and then join that. And no disrespect to the Discords out there, but a lot of the free communities out there, just be very, very careful, because it can detach you from reality in numerous ways, and maybe I could do a whole video on that. But at the core, focus on a community that is going to give you a realistic picture. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up, as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.